Howdy and aloha, everyone. This is James with Mana Talk. Mana meaning power, talk meaning use your words. I'm going to jump right here. This pretty much tells you what's going on. It's perfect. It's very well done. I'm just like, what the? You got to watch, you got to listen to this.
So it might be fine for you, but for tens of millions of Americans and a lot of people here in Hawaii, it would be very, very difficult. And if you look at the current Save Provision Acts, you would actually have to mail in with your mail-in ballot a picture of your birth certificate to match up with your driver's license. How many of you want to send that over to the Office of Elections in Hawaii to just have loosely lying around for those kinds of verification purposes? And again, let's think about all the people who have changed their name and how difficult it would be.
She said, I did.
So does your birth certificate match your current name?
My current name, it does now, but I've actually lived under a few different names.
And you'd probably be red flagged.
I've managed to actually vote.
Yeah.
So I think it actually says that women, I think it's actually demeaning to women to say that we're not competent enough to know how to establish identity. I think we're very capable. We've had the vote for 100 years.
So it might be fine for you, but for tens of millions of Americans and a lot of people here in Hawaii, it would be very, very difficult. And if you look at the current Save Provision Acts, you would actually have to mail in with your mail-in ballot a picture of your birth certificate to match up with your driver's license. How many of you want to send that over to the Office of Elections in Hawaii to just have loosely lying around for those kinds of verification purposes?
What?
And again, let's think about all the people who have changed their name and how difficult it would be.
I did. She said I did.
So does your birth certificate match your current name?
My current name, it does now, but I've actually lived under a few different names.
And you'd probably be red flagged.
I've managed to actually vote.
Yeah.
So I think it actually says that women, I think it's actually demeaning to women to say that we're not competent enough to know how to establish identity. I think we're very capable. We've had the vote for 100 years.
So it might be.
This shithead, Jill Takuda, is a Demoncrat, and she was just slapped in the face, basically, like, sit the fuck down with your bullshit. The only reason that they do not want the SAVE Act to go through, the only reason is so they can cheat, rig, just like they did 2020. There's so much information coming out. I'm not going to go through all of it. You guys already know about Colton and Fulton County, Georgia. Hundreds of thousands of wrongly recorded ballots. Just tons of information to show that these people are all about cheating. That's the only way they're going to win. They don't do nothing. I left the Democratic Party in late 2016, 2017, like a ding dong. I went to the Green Party, which is basically the World Economic Forum on steroids. And then that was a tireless just insanity. That it's like they purposely want to lose everything, and everything they do is just ridiculous anyway. And then I started leaning towards, wait a sec, what's this Russiagate stuff? And why are people always mad at Trump? And everybody just loved the fuck out of this guy. And then all of a sudden, he put his name in the hat to run for president. And he's not with the establishment. He's kind of like a maverick. He's a businessman, right? The art of the deal. We all know that. And I ended up doing some research on him, and he's a stand-up guy. He's not what they portray. Still, there's 3 million documents out now. There's a bunch more. 1.3 million, I think, documents out. Videos, all kinds of shit, pictures, whatever. And nobody's taken this guy. This guy has not been prosecuted. Excuse me. Charges. There's no charges on him regarding Epstein. There's nothing. And then, like I said, and this is your biggest point if you're with MAGA or MA or MASA, Make America Safe Again, or whatever. 4 years. The Democrats had 4 fucking years to, here's the files, here's the documents, here's the videos, here's the pictures. Nothing. Actually, there was 164, I think, documents that came out, and that was court ordered, but it didn't really show anything. It was fucking retarded. And then every time the Republicans, or many in the House, in the Senate, are trying to get it out, it's shot down or stifled or stopped by an Obama-appointed judge. This is the facts. I can show you. If you have any questions about it, let me know. But I'm still watching Jimmy Dore talk about it. I'm still watching everybody, and Nico House, and everybody's fucking Ryan Christian, whatever. But nobody is. I don't see any charges. I don't see any charges. I don't see a single charge. I mean, there are clients. There is there actual evidence of a person doing something heinous, disgusting, and sicko-ish to girls underage at these facilities, especially the Epstein Island? Of course there are. Of course there are. Is Pam Bondi going after those people? No. She's a fucking, I don't know what she is, honestly. She's not doing it. Her Harmet Dillon, who's her assistant AG, that chick's badass. She should take over for Pam, because Pam's just kind of all over the place. That last hearing she had, they started focusing on Epstein, and then she brings up the stock market. I'm like, what the fuck was that? What was that? That was retarded. Incompetent, retarded. If that's in the binder that she had before her, and I had to challenge certain questions, that was fucking stupid. We're gonna segue somewhere else real quick. That was fucking Pam. Look, if you're looking for optics to help 2026, if the SAVE Act doesn't go through, because it looks like it's getting all kinds of fucking crap from this Thune guy, John Thune, the leader of the House for the Senate, majority of the Republicans, you're going to be too late. You're going to be too late, because an allegation, and I've said this countless fucking times for a year now, Pam, you've got to put these J6ers in front of a judge and a jury. You've got to put a lot, Mayorkas, Ray, what the fuck is that? It'll come to me. And a bunch of other fucking people. Adam Schiff. I mean, just so many. Mitch McConnell. Just so many people, left and right, whoever, in court. The hearings are bullshit. The hearings are just the biggest waste of our time. If you have evidence to prove that somebody has violated the law in some way, shape, or form, you've got to fucking go. You got to press charges. That's it. You've just got to press charges. I'm getting kind of scruffy here, man. Anyway. And I think that's important. I think that's the deal that needs to happen with Pam Bondi, and why she's not doing it. I mean, people, for God's sakes, woman, anybody. The low-hanging fruits out there, the cartels, that's, you can get a lot more of them now since Biden opened up the fucking country to all the drugsters and the traffickers and the fucking voter cheaters and all this other shit. That's easy. You could do that for the next whatever many terms you're in office. If you want to go and change the course of how things are going with the Demoncrats and the Repiglicans and this deep state that's still there, like I said, that is the reason why Tucker Carlson was fired. It had nothing to do with anything else. He was exposing the deep state. He was exposing the duopoly. That there is a group, and we just saw that vote. They have a slush fund, an actual slush fund, an actual backup inside of a mattress packed full of money, $1 million bills, just in case there's harassment that they do, just in case they're in some kind of DUI or some process or something, so they can fucking pay off people. This is crazy. And Anna Paulina Luna, Boebert, Nancy Lace, and a few others, and I think I don't know if it was Massey. I don't even know if he was in on that. And a few others were like, "Hey, let's this. There's a dark side. This stuff is bullshit. This stuff is disgusting. But there is a dark side to our Congress. It is a very bad dark side, and they're puppets. I don't know if they're puppets for the World Economic Forum. I don't know what group they're with. But what motivate? I always ask, what the fuck? What is the motivation for John Thune? What is his motivation? What the fuck is this guy's motivation, man? This is crazy. Right? Why would this guy go against the American people? 80% of the people. Right? 80% of the people in this country want there to be a voter ID proving that you're an American citizen in the country. This is nuts. Right? What's your reaction to those Republicans who are doomed, forecasting and trying to stop the SAVE Act? What are you going to do? They're part of the cheating. This is it. It's a duopoly. I don't know what, and the sad thing about all this, is Trump is naive in this way, and yes, he's not perfect, and nobody is perfect, but he's a hell of a lot smarter, a hell of a lot stronger, and a hell of a lot more in tuned to what's going on, except for these small things. They're not even these things. And what he said the other day, which really kind of it didn't tick me up, it alarmed me. And damn, it's not in here. Come on. I saved it. Predicts chaos if Trump takes Senate floor. No. I'm going to play that later. I just made a nice, big, juicy pork chop and some rice. I'm going to go eat that. I got this really good teriyaki sauce I made. What the fuck? Are you kidding me? Let me see if I got it here. Now, my Facebook is back. It's doing some cool shit. The other day, it wasn't bringing up anything. Now what's going on? See, it was doing this. Oh, now it's... Okay, now it's showing something good. Oh, Lisa, what's going on? Lisa, happy to... Door. Oh, she get door frame? Oh, that hurts. Hope she's okay. She's really cool. Cool lady. I've known her since I was 17 years old. I dated her sister. That's all I have to say. Jennifer, gorgeous. All right, let's see if this is in here. I'm hoping it's in here. Of Trump. Gina Carano is back, baby, and she's still smoking hot. She's just fucking smoking hot. Here it is right here. Let's see if that'll play. I'm going to go to another tab. Breaking news. Might get a commercial. This is 9 minutes. I'm not going to do all of it.
You guys all trade with them?
I don't know what Spain's doing. They've been very bad to NATO. They get protected. They don't want to pay their fair share. And they've been that way for many years, actually. Let me give you the good news. The people of Spain are fantastic. The leadership, like you. The leadership, not so good.
Lebanon is under attack, and Hezbollah is making dangers for the Lebanese, especially the Lebanese Christians. What is your message for Lebanon?
Well, we're working on it very hard. We love Lebanon. We love the people of Lebanon, and we're working very hard. We got to get rid of the Hezbollah. Has been a disaster for many years.
The new oil refinery going up in Texas. The new oil refinery going up in Brownsville, Texas. What do you want Americans to know about that?
About what?
About the new oil refinery going up in Brownsville.
Oh, it'll be great. It's going to be the greatest anywhere in the world. There's never been anything like it. It's great that it's going up in Texas. You know, it's very hard to get refineries done. This will be like nothing else ever built. a great thing. Thank you for that question. Well, look, we've knocked out their Navy, we've knocked out their Air Force, we've knocked out all of their anti-defense, we've taken out 60 mine boats, 59 mine boats, which nobody has ever seen anything like it. We have the greatest military in the world by far, not even close. But you know what? They've inflicted 47 years worth of
I think
damage,
we missed it here.
and they said they've never seen anything like it.
Seal of the Americas, Mexico, Brazil.
We have the greatest military in the world by far. No bottom of the sea.
Mr. President, how do you
Hope
respond?
you're impressed.
Mr. President, how
Have they laid any mines in the Strait of Hormuz?
passed the Save America Act? He says there aren't the votes to do it right now. Listening to you when you say you want to pass the Save America Act, he says there aren't the votes to do it right now. What's your response?
Well, he's got to be a leader, you know. If he's a leader, he's got to get him. It's the most popular bill I've ever seen put before Congress. And it's voter ID and it's voter. You have to be able to be a citizen to vote. It's called citizenship. And we're also adding in no men playing in women's sports.
Good.
No transgender mutilization of our children. And no mail-in ballots, fake mail-in ballots. We have none of that,
Only for
except
military.
in the case of the military, etc.
How do you respond?
It is.
So the response he said was he needs to be a leader, but I commented here with, paying attention. John Thune, and we all know, and most of MAGA knows this, most of Maha, most of Massa, most Republicans, conservative people like myself, I'm mostly conservative. That answer that he gave, he needs to be the leader, clearly proves that he really has no idea what's happening with the SAVE Act. It just really seems like he doesn't, right? And John Thune is literally he's literally sabotaging it, doing everything he can to give the Demoncrats an edge, every edge possible. And he's been doing this for, I don't know, weeks, months, for fucking forever, and it's just getting ridiculous. But that's one of the major reasons why I wanted to come on tonight is talk about this guy, John Thune. And my biggest question about John Thune is, and I wonder if I put that in here too. I'm pretty sure I did. I put it down here somewhere. What the fuck? What's motivating John Thune? That's my question, right? A good kick in the balls will solve your gendered confusion. Absolutely. I don't know if I'm a girl or a boy. Whack. Ooh. Yeah, you're a boy, bro. You're a boy. You're on your fucking knees crying like a baby. You just got knocked in the balls. You're a boy. That's so fucking. Yeah, that's just letting you know. That's the first place everybody goes to me. I've been in several altercations. They go for nuts. By that time, it's too late. I've already ripped their spine out of their bodies. Let me go back here. Newsom, Bernie cannot, adult. They're just fucking retarded. Yeah, here it is right here, right? Is this the one? In the blue states, there's some crazy shit. There's just homeless people everywhere in all the blue states. And this is what I say to people, don't let Trump cheat. Demand voter ID and paper ballots. Right? Or unless these computers in Dominion are reliable, which we all know they're not. It's just obvious why they want to do it. It's so fucking obvious. It's crazy. It's just too obvious. This is a good one. I reposted this about the mRNA genocidal bioweapon vaccine, right? And it just clearly shows that it's bad, and it was designed that way, It was designed that way. There's no other reason. But here's the thing on the 37 members. Here are the 357 sexual predators who voted to hide their own rapes and sexual assaults from the American people at taxpayers' expense. This is 82 Democrats and 175 Republicans. Isn't that crazy? So think about that for a minute. 357 out of 435 members of the United States House of Representatives. Every name on this list should be at billboards across the country. The predator Hakeem Jeffries led the way. Hakeem Jeffries led the way on this. Say, no, don't do this. Right? Hakeem Jeffries, number one. All these people. Look, there's 3. Wesley Bell from Missouri. Keep that in mind. There's just tons from California and the blue states, just loaded with these people. Here's another one. Emmanuel Cleaver, right? Jeff, wait, no, that's Colorado. There was one other or 2 others from Missouri. Here's 151 on. This is half of it. This is the other half. This is fucking insanity. This is the slush fund I was talking about. The money stuffed in the mattress just in case you do something fucking stupid so they can pay off people and, coercion and this fuck. God, it's wild. Not yet. Nobody. There's 2 from Missouri so far. No, there's 2 or 3. Here's one. Eric Smith. I think I missed one. Or maybe that was MD. Yeah. There you go. 3 of them. Isn't that crazy? That's just so bad. That's just so bad. Fuck. Nancy Mace brought this up and a bunch of others. It's just so crazy. It's just wrong. It's just wrong. What the fuck, man? Let's keep going down. There's some more here. Yeah, there's something really weird here going on, and it's satanic. I know there are people out there that like the Wicca shit and all this other crap, but you're dancing with the devil here, people. I don't know how to say it, but it's like that gray area. Oh, no, it's white Wicca or whatever. I'm just a gypsy. This is the way we do things, right? Blah, 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 whatever. But there's a time when you got to kind of just, are you with that or are you with Christ? Are you with Jesus? Are you with God? Are you, And I know there's a lot of religions out there that are very good and very helpful. Hindu, there's a lot of Asian, Buddhists and all this other stuff. This all kinds of things, right? It's good. But there are some religions out there or some practices that you really kind of want to not get around because it usually ends up biting you in the butt. Not in a good way. All right. So a growing body of evidence suggests that COVID-19, it's a depopulator. That's, everything I've said in 2020, 2021 has come to fruition. I have to report that because I was talking about this. I was going over all this. You had Jimmy Dore taking the jab, and then he takes it again. I spent a bunch of fucking money, about $120 I calculated. I'm trying to get a message through Stephanie or whoever was checking the chat to read it to him to say, dude, don't. I've got information. I'm telling you, this is not what you should be doing. And hopefully I was out there saying I saved maybe a couple of lives. I know I saved one. It's just bad. Yeah, here. The question to the Repiglicans or sabotaging the SAVE Act. Here they are. They're just crazy. Right? Voting to keep sending welfare to refugees against passing the Save America Act. Right? This is Susan Collins, Capita, Mary Moore Capita, Boozman Capita. Oh, I marked the wrong one. Shit, Capita. I should put it right there. Yeah, look at these. What the fuck? It's like I said. Tucker said it correctly. There's a fucking duopoly. They like to keep the money flowing. These people don't become rich overnight. So no cloture vote, enact standing filibuster, pass the SAVE Act. That's the process that needs to happen by John Thune, the majority Senate leader currently at the Capitol in Congress. And he's not doing any of these things. This is very simple process. And let them talk, and they're not going to, because once it gets to that point, they've got this information here against them, right? Total Americans, 83%. Republicans, 95%, of course, want the SAVE Act to go through. Democrats, 71%. 71 fucking percent. Yeah, Jordan, if he can do look, I was looking up. I'm not going to get totally off of this topic, but I think I need to talk about the Iran thing because I think this is important, and it's in the title, I believe. Here's the thing about my perspective, and if you've watched me for the past, since 2017 when I started Montauk, look back at everything I talked about and ask yourself, this guy had a very good inclination, and I was surrounded by a lot of people that gave me did their due diligence, especially Stephanie, I don't know what her last name is right now, but Red Economics, just amazing researcher, investigative reporter. It breaks my heart that she's not doing her show anymore. I don't know what the deal is, but if you are out there, Stevie, do it. Keep going. More power to you. It'd just be good to see you on. Okay, but here's the thing. Most of the stuff that I brought up, and she's brought up, and a bunch of people that have been on Montauk, most of the stuff has kind of come to fruition until COVID came. Right? Until the scam plan, whatever it is, came. So what happened was that's when everybody separated. The views changed. Everybody's, I had a guy his name was Dave, lived in Suffolk, New York. We were just completely on Thune, that big pharma, military-industrial complex, Medicare for all, this other stuff that I was into at the time, which I've changed positions on for good reason. It's not what you think it is, but the thing was, they all went in a different direction. Dude, what are you doing? You're putting down you don't think that all these people died? And I go, no, I don't think that all these people died. I can show you why. I proved it. I proved with the numbers that I found from the CDC, from Health and Human Services, I saved the information. I have the links. It's on my blog of why I know that COVID-19 was created to not only test, it wasn't only just a test to see how fucking malleable, how meek, malleable, and obedient any person on this planet could easily be, right? Now, I'm talking about, trying to get his name, but anyway, he created mass formation psychosis, right? Which is it's kind of like everybody's going in that direction, let's go in that direction. And the next thing you know, you're falling off of a cliff, right? And that's just been the sinkhole that's been everywhere for a lot of things, right? And I get it. But sometimes people got to take a stand. I get it. You've got to be yourself. Your interests, whatever your ethics are, whatever your morals, your folkways, your norms, whatever kind of makes you, your village around you, the people that's affected you for a long time, what you've eaten, what you're drinking, what you've taken, what you've absorbed yourself with, drugs, whatever, all kinds of factors that create who you are. Period. And by the time you're my age, you figure out that that's a lot of shit. And it's a battle every fucking day. It's a battle every fucking day for many of these people. But overall, what happens is there's the polarization happens. People separate, they go apart. So I used to have a bunch of people on here. We all were kind of in the same sync, some not, some not. But we had respectful debates and conversations. There was a few crazy moments. But it was good to have. It's always good to have. And then 2020 came, and I started asking questions, and other people started asking questions. And next thing you know, this channel got taken down by fucking BooTube. Like, boom. And just recently I got it back. After 3.5 years, it was down. After close to 4 years, it was down. Appeal after appeal after appeal. And I'm just like, what was that? Of course, the Biden administration, the illegitimate Biden administration was involved. And now they've known to have done the Orwellian no speak is good speak, right? Shit that's happened, right? And Incog came in and fucking took over everything. But I had other channels, and I should grab those because there's some good information. I kept going, and I created 3 more channels, and each of those channels got taken down except for the last one, which is still up, but I haven't been on it for a while. I should put this in and make sure those channels get my content as well, but it's not really worth it at this point. The point that I'm really trying to make, and I'm going to leave it at this, in regards to all this, is I've always said, and I'm going to keep saying it, it's our duty, because we are the employers of the people that run the country, so that we can enjoy our lives and raise our families and be moms and dads and moms and dads and whatever the fuck you want to do. And you can be a grandma and a grandpa and a grandma and a papa, whatever. It's crazy shit. And just live your life and enjoy it. Make your money. Go on your vacations. Eat well. Drink well. Be an American and live in the society of freedom that you're supposed to have. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. For a lot of people, we're always pursuing happiness. Of course, we always are. Every day we want things to be happy, but it's a 50-50. You're going to have your good days. You're going to have your bad days. You just got to move on. You just got to fucking keep going. Keep on swimming. Just keep swimming, right? And just keep going. But always question authority and its sources at every turn. If something doesn't seem right to you and it seems a little off, you've got to freaking do what your God-given American constitutional rights gave you, is ask questions. Search, check, go to, back in the day, people used to go to the library. When the internet wasn't around, everybody went straight to the library. That doesn't make any sense. Let me see if we can find some of that information. And we went to the library. Now, it's at the tip of your finger, but you got to be careful of where you're getting that information from. They got to cross-reference it. If anything, go to the horse's mouth, the person that actually said it. You hear something about a politician, the first thing you want to do is you want to look at their website. You want to see where they stand, what their policies, what their platform is, how is their voting record. You could go to congress.gov. You can see, how they've been doing. There's so many things. There's websites that show a lot of this information that are approved by many. But still, you want to check. So I will actually call, right? Just like I called John Thune twice in his in his state. And I said, what are you doing? What's motivating you, John Thune, to do this? Who is actually pulling your strings to make you think in such an irrational, idiotic, and ridiculous way? It's treasonous, if you ask me. And this isn't the first time this has happened, but I'm asking the question. Of course, he's not going to answer my question, but at least that call that I left the message on is recorded. It's there. And everybody's blowing up his phone, and there's a lot of phones that get blown up in Congress all the fucking time, right? But he's definitely not going to win his next election. He's going to get primaried out. Unless the SAVE Act gets fucked, then he's going to stay. That's my point. Is the SAVE Act will bring actual, justifiable, legal, verifiable. Did I say verifiable? Yeah, verifiable voting back to our system. Paper ballots, real, identifications, and it'll be the right way you do it. And the way I started this video, yeah, if you're a woman, you can't figure out a fucking, put your name on an ID, then maybe you shouldn't be fucking voting. Period. Right? Maybe you shouldn't be voting. It's not hard to do. I know people have done it. It's not. It's, it's just fucking easy. But the point is, and the major thing we got to take away from this is that we're seeing the deep state. We're seeing the duopoly. They're exposing themselves. And we need to remember who these people are. And we need to really start to weed these people out. Now, hopefully the SAVE Act will find its way to passing. If that happened, that's going to help Pam, right? And it's going to help the Republicans definitely take the House and the Senate. The people that didn't vote with it or obstructed it or sabotaged it, like John Thune and a few others, McConnell, Collins, and a few other shit fucks, they're gone. They're going to be gone for sure. But they won't be, and the deep state will still stick around. The stupid dog and pony show and the freaking ping-pong match, this retarded ping-pong match, which ping-pong is pretty cool, by the way, but this one's kind of retarded, will stick around. And you're just going to have Senate hearings. You're not going to have anybody prosecuted. Epstein Island will still be fucking, why isn't anybody from Epstein's Island in prison right now? It's, Pam, the reason why there's so much pushback right now, I'm gonna blame one person, Pam Bondi. The reason why all this is fucked up because Pam isn't going after the J6ers. She should have went immediately after the J6ers. There were so many things that she said she was going to do, did not do. It's sad. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. And it's almost like she's controlled by the duopoly, controlled by the deep state, controlled by Satan himself. That's what I'm going to say. Because if you're not pushing for true justice for the people that were tossed in jail, right? Just all these people that were immediately, pillaged in a sense by the Democratic, illegitimate Biden administration, and then 1,265 J6 defendants. It's like you don't give a shit. I don't. Yeah. Anyway, it's like she's just really not doing anything, and I'm not going to forget it. You shouldn't forget it either. I think it's important. There's so much out there that she could be doing, but she's not. If the SAVE Act passes, she still needs to do her job. She needs to bring justice. We, the people, want arrests. We, the people, want prosecutions. We, the people, want convictions, Pam. Not just, and you want to do it before the midterms. If I can keep talking. We want fucking the Russia hoax fuckers that did all that. Obama, right? We want Benghazi shit, the vaccine deaths, the Fauci and Bill Gates for sure. J6 committee, Biden auto pen. I can't believe that's still fucking, nothing's happened with that. I just heard that they couldn't do anything about it. Isn't that fucking, that's just ridiculous. I just heard that they couldn't do anything about it. Burisma, I mean, that was huge. Working with the Chinese, Afghanistan, Epstein's files, Hillary's emails, cocaine, in the White House, the Doge findings. Nothing happened. Hunter's laptop, Anthony Weiner's laptop needs to be brought back into the conversation. 2020 election for sure. And Trump mentioned, like I said just the other day, he mentioned COVID had a lot to do with the rigging. had a lot to do with it. Biden family corruption, absolutely. All this stuff. Just sitting there, nothing happening. Yeah, Pam, the cartel shit, that's the low-hanging fruit, right? Which you always talk about, you and fucking Cash Patel, but I'm going to tell you right now, don't be running for any office anytime soon, woman. I'm just telling you right now. Don't. Because it's not look good for you. The big issue will probably be how much foreign aid we give to rebuild trillions of dollars in damage. And what damage? Are you talking about Iran? Or talking about every war that we've done? Just because there's tons. It'll all come back. It'll all come back. This is... I know where you're going with that, Snork, and I love you, brother, but I got to tell you right now, this is a different system. This isn't a money-making system that Trump's doing. His goal, of course, is the deal. And he's going to bring prosperity and money. He's going to tap into the oils. Of course he is. What have we not done for the past, I don't know how many decades? But what's happening is this is a culture situation. This is an ideology situation. And we're done with it. Right? So he said, you know what? Fuck them. I'm going to go screw them up. Now, I just want to show you, before we leave here, I'm going to show you, I think it's right here. I'm hoping I can find this. All right. Make sure it comes into view here.
Loved that wave.
Where Ziggy in the last heat just went straight up into the lip. They just want to see that, right? And I think the message is loud and clear. If you can square up with one solid section, you're going to drop at least...
I got to show this. If I can get to that. I'm seeing I see it here. I don't think I'm going to find this. This is somewhere in like hours of this shit. Oh, right here. I got... Thank you, Jesus. Right here. Watch this.
The tour is but seconds away.
15 seconds to go. Sanoa makes a move. This wave is...
Just so you know, this is the World Surfing League, which is the top surfers of the world, that compete. There's a lot of great surfers that don't compete, but I'm telling you right now, these are the ones that compete. They're also in the Olympics. And this is the Challenger Series, which is a step below. It's not like Formula One. It's open wheel IRL, right? Indianapolis Racing League or whatever that is.
It's really fat and it's hard to make that inside connection. There's no speed for the hit and it's not going to be the 9.5 that she needs to keep that slim hope of qualifying alive. And that means that Anat Lilior is on the CT and takes that last position. She has qualified. Congratulations.
She's qualified for the ultimate champions level, or the best of the best. There's 20, maybe 25 girls or something, and like 30 or 40 boys, and or men and women, not trans, not that shit. They don't do that with this. And just watch. She's just happy as hell. I mean, this is awesome to watch this.
And she fought so hard, Rich. It was a spirited campaign, especially through the back half of the season. She finaled at the Pipe Challenger, and that put her in a great position.
What the fuck, look!
And she is absolutely beaming, and you love to see it. Such a nerve-wracking morning for her. And she will now celebrate. And she will become the first surfer from Israel to make the championship tour. So congratulations.
The first surfer from Israel. Now she's competing at the highest level. Do they have that in Iran? Do they have women competing in Iran at that there's only a few sports that they do in Iran, right? There's not a bunch. And I know it's not surfing because then that means she would have to not wear a fucking sleeping bag over her body when she moves around. right? When she's doing her thing. And she can't surf in a fucking sleeping bag. My point is, right? She's extremely happy. She's free. Iran is a totally different place. I looked in, dug down the abyss on Iran and what they've been about for, I don't know, decades, and since 1979, the Islamic Revolution, and it's been shit for many people in that area. Right? Saudi Arabia, Muslims, just Muslim. But guess what? They're not six pillar. They're not infidel, kill the infidels people. Right? They like having their wealth. They like having their resorts. They like having, the things that they have. And I think that's cool. Oh, that's awesome, Snork. Yeah, I want to build one out here. Cedar Falls, if that's close enough, I'll fucking go out there, dude. For sure. If they do that, I'll go out there. They got to build one out here in KC. There's so many different types. But the point that I'm making here, and I'm just going to leave it at this, and I'm going to go. Okay, I'll make it simple. I'll make it simple. What's worse? Iran. Just do the history. Just, and Obama and Biden gave them bazillions of dollars, freed up their accounts, and let them continue the creators, the instigators of war. Trump's not doing it. He says, I'm done. I'm done with this shit. Remember these words that Trump said. And I know you guys still have TDS, and I can sense it in your fucking bones. Trump. What? I'm just saying. Go look him up. Go see his research. Go see his family. Dad was used to swing a hammer, blisters, the whole 9 yards. Worked his ass off. Started flipping houses, flipping commercial properties. Next thing you know, he's making money. His grandfather was he cut hair. He worked in a parlor. One of the immigrants worked as a legal immigrant. And there's a big difference between illegal aliens and legal immigrants, for God's sakes. Yeah. It's just, it's time. And I think he said this, I just want the killing to stop. He's not forgetting that. He doesn't like it, but sometimes you got to lay the hammer down to get the things to. At a certain point, you gotta fucking knuckle up, chest out, and just fucking throw down. And that's what he's doing. And it's not going to take long. He's our technology against their technology, and the plethora of our manufacturing is just doing its regular. We're not going into overdrive. Nobody's having to, like in World War II, nobody's having to go to the junkyards and bring in all their metal and stuff. That's not happening. There's $1 trillion, sadly, that goes to the military complex. I get it. But if you're building the dome to protect the country or the Americas, which he's starting to do now, right? And if Canada is probably going to be coming aboard, I know that the Providence is out there, Alberta, and a couple others want to be a part of the United States because they're sick of the communistic World Economic Forum agenda that's plagued that country with Trudeau. Yeah, I think it's okay. I think he's doing the right things. If you still have TDS, I'll know it right off the bat by how you talk about it. Jimmy Dore does. Nico House does. Ryan Christensen still does. Right? It's not that guy. Trump has what I have clearly indicated many times, and a few other people have it too. It's called Michael Jackson, Mike Tyson syndrome, meaning you have a bunch of yes men around you. You're not really getting the real story. They're just telling you what you want to hear. And when I watch these roundtables, which is cool because Biden never did that, right? Once a week they were doing that, but now that we're in this attack war, whatever you want to fucking call it, he's just not doing that right now because we got other things. He's kind of focused on that. I get laser focused, which is interesting because they're using lasers now, but then they said there wasn't any lasers used in Maui. But there's a base on Maui that all they do is work with lasers. Isn't that coincidental? Anyway, all right. Thank you very much. A lot to go on. If you're paying attention, Snort, good to see from you. Hopefully we'll go to that water park together. Jordan, good seeing you, and aloha to everybody.